Boys and girls, thank you very much for your patience. I hope you are having a great day, evening, afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. So welcome to the Confidence Collective and this online training session where we will cover everything you need to know to unleash your inner confidence and awaken your zest for life. So if you can see the slides and hear my voice, please pop a double Y in the chat box for me, just so I know that you can hear me. That'd be great. Thank you very much. Glad to hear it. Oh, I'll see it. Cool. So I just want to thank you for spending this evening with me. I'm so happy and excited to be sharing this with you tonight. Like, I genuinely feel like my life's work has just come together. And I promise you, you will leave this session an awakened person with all of the strategy you need to be a more confident person. So what do you need for this webinar this evening? Well, you are going to need a notebook and a pen, or your laptop, if you prefer to take notes on a laptop, because I guarantee you, you are going to take a ton of notes. If you've got your phone, please stick it on airplane mode, just so you don't get distracted. You know, I know time is precious, so again, thank you very much for being here. And also, if you've got a mirror nearby, you're going to need that too. But if you don't have one, that's fine. You can use the selfie mode on your phone for the camera on there, which is why you need it on airplane mode. Cool. So as you know, we're here tonight for maybe 90 minutes, and we're going to be going over the Confidence Collective Blueprint. And this is the full strategy for the Confidence Collective Blueprint. So pop a Y in the chat box for me if you are ready to go. Brilliant, glad to hear it. So if you do have any questions as we go along, just pop them in the chat box for me and I'll get to them at the end, just so that we do run to time. I want to make sure that I cover all of the content in detail and that we do run to time. So this blueprint, the Confidence Collective, is the collection, see what I did there, of what you need to unleash your inner confidence. And as you can see from this blueprint here, it's about connecting with yourself and then with others. So you connect by looking into that mirror, smiling at yourself and acknowledging your own presence. So go on, give it a go right now, that mirror that I just asked you to have. And if you haven't got that mirror, just grab your phone, stick the camera on selfie mode and look yourself in the eyes and smile and acknowledge your own presence. And I want you to thank yourself for being here as well, because that's so important to acknowledge and recognize the achievement and investing your time into this training as well. Step 2 is communicate, using your body language, having an open stance and looking people in the eye and understanding the impact that you're going to leave upon them. Step 3 is courage and being brave, giving yourself permission to be happy, and because outside the comfort zone, that's where the magic happens. So you're feeling good, right? Absolutely great. Let's move on. So what stage are you at? Maybe you're at number 1, where you've got zero confidence, you don't know what to do, feeling lost and like you won't ever know what you want to do in life. If this is you, pop a 1 in the chat box for me. And I feel your pain. I've been there, feeling utterly powerless and not knowing where to turn or who to ask for help or how to take control of your life. But all is not lost, because you're in the right place. Maybe you struggle to speak to strangers. Maybe you can't articulate yourself properly, or maybe you know you want more from life, but you don't know how to make those changes. Well, if that's you, don't worry. I'm here to help you. And you've taken the first step by joining this training tonight. And that's a powerful move. So really well done to you for being here. So just stay the course of this training, because by the end of it, you will have all of the strategy that you need. Maybe you're number 2 and you've got some confidence and you know what you want in life, but you're not quite sure how to get there. Maybe you need some help with direction and stepping out of your comfort zone. If this is you, pop a 2 in the chat box for me. And, you know, maybe you know what you should be doing, but you're just not taking action. And you want more, but you're still slinking away in the shadows just sometimes. Maybe you've got it totally together in one area, but you're just like floundering in another. But don't worry, I am here to put that right for you tonight. So stay with me. Or maybe you're number 3 and you are totally confident, but you need an action plan and accountability to implement more into your life in order to take it to the next level. And if this is you, pop a 3 in the chat box for me. Maybe you feel you've got it pretty much together, but there's still just something holding you back. So if that's you, you're also sat in the right place. I'm seeing lots of ones, Suzanne. So that's great to see. I've got something really, really special for you this evening. So I hope you're as excited as I am. So the Confidence Collective, this is your fast track to immediate control. Now pop a Y in the chat box for me if you would like more control in your life over your decisions, your emotions, your ability to execute on tasks, and over yourself as well. And this blueprint will give you just that. And the Confidence Collective is also your fast track to immediate power and giving you the ability to take charge of your life and of your confidence so that you can be the best version of you that you can possibly be. And pop a Y in the chat box for me if you like that immediate power as well, just as I knew you would. The Confidence Collective is also your fast track to immediate freedom. Now, freedom, it means different things, different people. But by the end of this session, not only will you have more control and power, but the freedom to be who you are meant to be. Now, pop a Y in the chat box for me if that sounds great. Like, I know that you are in the right place of whatever level of confidence you have. So stay where you are, bums on your seats until the end of the training, because I've got something special for you. So there are many unknowns in life, and I think that's one of the beauties in my eyes, because you're ever learning, right? For me, I know I'm a forever student, #forever student, and ever growing and investing in yourself. But maybe you're thinking, how do I gain more confidence? Well, that's why you're here tonight, right? I know that you've probably got a bit of an idea, but you're stuck. But don't worry, because I'm here to unstick you. And you might be thinking, do I have it in me? Well, I want you to know that you do have it in you, because everybody has more in them than they believe, and that includes you. Every single person on this webinar tonight, you have it in you. You have the confidence to get out of bed in the morning, to shower, to dress, you move, like you walk and talk, and you do daily tasks and you do stuff in your day-to-day life. And this means that you do have it in you to change your state of mind when you need to, and to unleash what you have inside of you. So all you need to do is to trust yourself and believe in yourself. Sounds easy, right? But I bet you're also thinking, well, won't I become arrogant? And yes, there is a fine line between confidence and arrogance. But it's not arrogant to believe that you can do something and to believe in yourself. Like, you are allowed to dominate your life, because you are allowed to be happy, and you can be confident without being an absolute twat. So that is the absolute crux of it. And this is about you and about bringing out the best in you and not becoming that twat we just spoke about. So don't be a dick, but be you. Be a confident you, and your version of confident, just like I'm my version of confident. So who am I? I'm Natalie Bailey, and I am your confidence coach this evening. So thank you very much again for being with me. Life hasn't always been this way. I have not always been a confidence coach. I used to work as an events manager in the City of London, and London, that's where I'm from. And until I was 21, I absolutely loved London. I couldn't see me living anywhere else, and thought anybody who lived anywhere but London was absolutely mad, barmy mad. Until I got to about 21 and I realised that it wasn't giving me what I wanted in life. So I quit my job and I went off to Mallorca specifically to Magaluf, where I partied hard. Yes, this is an actual photo of a top that I have, and yes, I used to be that tanned. I'm not as tanned as that these days, but I'd wanted to go traveling in 2010, but my friends backed out that year, and I didn't feel like I could go on my own or that I should go on my own. So I stayed in London, and I realised that I was unhappy. And it wasn't for a while, but I eventually realised that I couldn't rely on others to give me what I needed in life. And I realised that people will let you down. And it's a sad fact, but it's true. But there's a reason for that. And that is because they're on a different path to you, and that's okay. And it's when I realised that I had the courage to go off and do what I wanted to do. And so I set off on a plane, and I'd planned on spending 3 months in Magaluf. But 7.5 years later, I'm still in Mallorca. And I love this island. It's a beautiful island, but it wasn't all fun and games and partying, because when I first moved here, I wasn't entirely confident in what I was doing. I didn't know anything about the place. I didn't know anyone. I came on my own. I came with 2 friends. Well, I say I came on my own. I came with 2 friends, but they were only ever staying on holiday. They had like proper jobs back in the UK. And so I had to get to know people, and it took time to build new relationships, because once they left, I was on my own. And, you know, I had to learn to get to know the area, where to eat, where to shop, where not to visit in the dark. And I had to build that confidence around the place and for myself. But without doing this, I would never have discovered my passions, found the new friends that I've got, new situations, places to explore. I'd never have the confidence to be delivering this webinar to you right now. It just wouldn't have happened. And in 2016, things changed. And yes, I had all of this enthusiasm for life and the life I've been leading, but I felt that I'd outgrown it. And I didn't want to work all night and not see the sun. And now, whilst that is a lot of fun, it does start to get to you. And I realised it was time for a change. I wanted to make people feel good and not give them a hangover. And I don't know about you, but I've always been a gym bunny, like an absolute gym nut. Even with that party hard top, I've not worn that to the gym yet. I do still have that, actually. Maybe I'll wear that to the gym in the morning. And I realised that I had to change. Something had to change. So I went back to London and I retrained as a personal trainer. And I looked and felt the best that I'd ever done. And I had this absolute abundance of energy, soaked up all the learning. And, you know, as I've said, I'm a forever student and I absolutely loved it. But I had every intention of coming back to Mallorca because I just love living in the sun. But I questioned myself. And that's because you cannot be confident at something you've never done before, but you can learn. So I plunged into this whole new world, completely out of my comfort zone. You know, I was used to putting on events and socials, but not actually teaching anybody anything. So I came back to Mallorca and I ended up managing a boxing gym, which I absolutely love. And the whole discipline with boxing, that's a whole other webinar. But when I was training people and teaching people, like, I really enjoyed the challenge of teaching them and connecting with them as well. And seeing the change in people over time and encouraging their journey, and not just physically, but it was mentally too. And I noticed that with exercise, it's not just for the body, it's about the mind as well. So for me, exercise, it keeps me sane. And that's because, you know, you release endorphins, the dopamine, that feel-good hormone, which makes you feel great. And when you're exercising, you do have more energy. And I was giving that to people, and I thought, oh, life couldn't get better. But I was wrong, because the gym was slow, and it's a real hard market to break into. And people were judging me, and judging me hard. You know, I'd gone from this party hard girl, Magaluf, to, oh, you're a personal trainer now. Like they couldn't put it together, and they couldn't understand that I'd changed and that I'd grown and that I'd learned more. So I had to get over that fear of being judged pretty fast. And it was a lot of hard work, and I had to do a lot of soul searching. But I got through it, and I made quite a good success of it, apart from the fact that the actual gym wasn't bringing in enough money. So I had to go and work 2 other jobs as well. So I was actually ended up working 7 days and 5 nights, and I was miserable. So here I am in Mallorca, supposedly living the dream, and I wasn't. And it was that August of 2016, I had to fly back to England. I'd had a phone call from my mum about my nan. She'd been diagnosed with terminal lung cancer quite some time before, and she'd been taken to hospital. And I had no plans to go back to the UK until the November. And my mum called, and she said, I don't think she's going to make it till then. If you want to see her, you're going to have to come back. So I had to hand over the running of the gym, you know, and the other 2 jobs I was working in the airport and the restaurant as well. I had to just go, like, I've got to go. You know, family, they were important, and my nan was so close to her. And I did. I went back and ended up spending 3 days in the hospital with her and my family until she passed away, which was devastating. And but I am so glad I was there, because it's taught me a lot. Right, life's too short, and it's brought me closer with my mum as well, which I am ever grateful for. And like, I want her to be proud of me, and it somehow gave me that courage to go forth and to make a change, to be an even better person, to know that my nan wasn't alone when she departed from this world. She's gone off, and she's with my granddad now. And I never want to get to a point in my life where I look back and I didn't create the life that I wanted, and I didn't have that support and the people around because I held back on stuff. So if anything, that's given me more confidence and determination and courage to go forwards in life, which is why last year I started on this entrepreneurial journey again and moved forwards from the personal training and set up business with my mum. My mum's called Paula, and we set up Bailey Enterprises, and we focus on building community to provide unity and belonging. And we got educated, we've built our network, you know, we're still building relationships, we've got mentors and coaches, we've invested in ourselves because, you know, we realised that investing in yourself is one of the most important things you can do. You know, you can't pour from an empty cup. So go and get a glass from the kitchen, like an empty one, and try and pour something out of it. Like, you just can't. Like, there's nothing in to give. So you have to fill yourself up with knowledge, surround yourself with the right people, you know, get educated. And that's where I became confident in what we were doing. And like, I put all my people skills together, and I still carry stuff from the past. And, you know, as we all do, we've all got our baggage. And I think that's okay as long as you use it in the right way. And everything that I'd learned from, you know, serving people, because I realise now that every job I've ever had was actually about other people. So I don't know about you and what you've previously done, what you're doing now. But for me, it was, you know, bar work, events, personal training. You know, it was all about providing a service and making people feel good and giving them a great experience. And that's what I'm doing now, is giving people a great life experience. And I'm just drawn on all of that and bringing that all together. And it's that where I'm inspiring and giving people confidence that I found myself, which is how this year I managed to become my own superhero. And I know that might sound a little bit off, maybe, because I truly believe that people are better together. And, you know, we're human beings, we come from tribes, we need people. People need people. And without the mentors that I've got, I wouldn't be where I am. But it doesn't matter how much you learn, you need to take action. You need to support yourself. You need to have that accountability for yourself and look up to yourself. And knowing your own self-worth is so important, so that you value yourself. You know, you've got to look up to yourself and believe in yourself and the good that you can do, so that you can lead the life that you want to lead and support the people that you want to support in your life. And that's exactly why I'm here with you tonight, and why I want to share this, because I know it works and I know it's life-changing, because I've been through this process. And I know that you're worth it as well. You know, you've invested your time already this evening. So, you know, you've started that process. And when you put yourself out there more, and I've been doing this, like, my face is all over social media, because I'm helping to, you know, share that message. There are some downsides with it. And it's not, you know, it's not easy making that change, but it is always worth it in the end. Even when you can't see it at the time, you know, you overcome things, you come through it, and you come out the other side, but you will face opposition. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say everything will be a bed of roses and it will be easy going. But that's where you get growth, and you will find opposition. And I've had that as well. And if we've got time later on, if it's okay with you, I will share some opposition I've had, which is, you know, been quite difficult, made it quite hard to move forward. And it's something that, unfortunately, you will have to deal with at some point, but you can't let that stop you. And I couldn't let that stop me, which is why I brought back the Gold Star PT brand. You know, it's all about having a Gold Star life. It goes back to being at primary school when you got those Gold Star stickers. How pleased were you when you got those gold stars on your homework? Like, you couldn't get better than a gold star when I was at primary school. And, you know, if you're anything like me, you will have loved collecting gold stars. So that's exactly why I've come back and evolved into this. And the people that I've been working with, and the things that people say, and it's those things, and, you know, being able to connect with people, that truly, it really does warm my heart. And this is exactly where step one of the Confidence Collective blueprint came from. So that step one, connecting with yourself. And it's so important to do this, because how can you possibly expect to connect with others if at first you don't connect with yourself? So connecting with yourself, it means so much. It's having goals. And if you don't have goals, you're wandering along aimlessly with nothing to achieve. And it's so important to think about this and to write this down as well. So would you agree that by having a goal to aim for, that you've got more direction in life? And pop a Y in the chat box if you do. Well, of course you do. It's because having deadlines and things to aim for, it makes life more rewarding. It's like collecting those gold stars at school, right? And knowing your own schedule, knowing your own body rhythms, and knowing when the best time of day to do certain activities is, and knowing where you want to go in life and where you want to be. And on the coaching program, we cover this in depth, and how to set goals and effectively manage your time. But you have to start with yourself. And if you don't get this right, you can't develop further in order to connect with others. And it's about stripping this back to basics and getting, like, everything out of the way, taking the emotion out of the tasks that you're doing, so you can just fully focus on what the goals are, how you're going to get there, and structuring your days, your weeks, and your months in the right way so that you can achieve your goals. And that's why we have the goal setter, the productivity cheat sheet, and the time manager on the program, to really dig deep into what you need in order to move forward in life. With the goal setter, you look at not just what you need to do this week, we look at what you need to do in the month, in the next year, in the next 5 years, and what does your life look like in 10 years' time. It's when you look at the bigger picture that you can break it down and then literally deconstruct it in order to get to the end result. Being able to be more productive. How good would it be for you if you were able to get more done in less time? Pop a Y in the chat box for me if being more productive is something that you need in your life. Exactly. Yes. So if you know what you're good at doing and when you're good at doing it, this really helps to break that down. The same with the time manager and knowing your energy levels and when to do certain things in the day. So for me, when I get up in the morning, I do literally drag myself out of bed and take myself to the gym. And I work out hard at the gym, I enjoy it. But I can't do phone calls in the morning. Like, the best time of day for me to talk to people, like I can go to the gym and work out and talk to myself in my head and put music on, but I can't have a phone call at 10 a.m. Like, it's just not something that works for me. I'm the most productive with phone calls in the afternoon. And it was using the time manager system that I put together and worked on for so long that I was able to figure out the best time of day so that I could be the most productive and help other people the most with those phone calls. So if you ever have a phone call with me, please be aware it's going to be in the afternoon, not in the morning. So connecting with yourself. It's not selfish to do this. It is not selfish to connect with yourself. And this is about your mind, your body, and your soul. And it is okay to put yourself first sometimes. Because as we said earlier, you cannot pour from an empty cup. It's impossible. So you've got to look inside to get connected with yourself in order to move forwards. Because when you're in tune with yourself, this is when you truly have the confidence in yourself to move forwards with any task. And this comes in many forms. In case you haven't guessed already, I'm very passionate about exercise and getting people to move. Right? We're human beings, we've got muscles, we've got joints. We were not made to just sit on our bums all day. Like, you were not made to sit on your backside and vegetate. It just isn't what you were made to do. And despite the fact that I am a qualified PT, I'm a certified personal trainer, and I've got a few qualifications around that. But going and lifting heavy weights in the gym, like, that's not for everyone. And yes, sometimes you need to do some things that you don't enjoy for the greater good. But with exercise, there's always something for you. So if you exercise already, let me know in the chat box, pop in the chat box what it is you do already. And I bet there are hundreds of different things that you do. You know, there are so many different forms of exercise. You know, you can do the heavy weights, there's yoga, you're seeing Pilates come through here, someone does boxing. I love that, absolutely love that. Such great thing on boxing. Walking is exercise, exactly. Emma does trampolining, that's amazing. I love trampolining. Well, I try to love trampolining. I'm not very good at it, but it's good fun. Zumba, salsa, you know, look at this. There's so many different ways of moving your body. It's just about finding the right thing for you. And this is what lets you like really get in tune with your body and your mind. And you'll find that once you're in the routine of moving your body, you'll find that you miss it when you don't do it. So for me, like when I'm out of routine, I have no confidence in myself. I've had this before at the beginning of this year. I got so out of routine. I wasn't comfortable. My clothes were tight. My sanity and my confidence, it just kind of went out of the window. Because I just didn't have that discipline and I wasn't connected with myself. And it's when you understand your body and how it works and how to push yourself that your mind is better connected with it. And your mind, it always gives up before your body does. So when your mind's telling you no, I was going to break into song there, but I won't. I'm not a very good singer. When your mind's telling you no, right, do that last set, do that extra 30 seconds if you're a runner. And as long as, you know, you're not going to injure yourself, of course. And you begin to improve those energy levels. You have better posture. You know, you walk with your head up high because you're better connected with yourself. And it's when you're connected with yourself that you can then learn to connect with others. So whatever you're thinking right now, right, don't give up. There is a form of exercise out there for you. And this is something we do cover in depth on the coaching program. But in the meantime, there are plenty of things that you can get started with. You know, you can join your local gym. You can use YouTube. Find a friend to go walking with. Maybe you've got dogs. Take them out for longer walks. You know, they need exercise as well. You know, you can find all sorts of stuff on the internet these days. So, you know, there's something out there for you, and movement is so good for your mind and so good for connecting with yourself so that you can connect with other people. And it's important to get started with connecting with other people and looking at how connecting with yourself translates to connecting with others. And I know that that's what you want from life, because that's probably part of the reason you're here, to learn to be more confident in order to make better connections with others. So pop a Y in the chat box if that's true for you. You know, there are numerous ways to do this. Exactly, yes, absolutely. And it's so important because that's what life's about. And as I said earlier, you know, we're humans, we come from tribes, people need people. You know, write that down. Actually, you know, we are better together. People need people. This is why community is so important. And this is why I've got an online community of people that are contributing to making lives better. It's called the Better Together for a Gold Star Life. If you want to have a look on Facebook for that, that's a fantastic community of people. You know, you can exercise with other people. You build relationships that last a lifetime. And you know, now that you're starting to get in tune with your body and your mind, and you're starting to connect with others, and when you think about this day and age, like we're in such a technological age, which makes it so difficult to connect on a deep personal level sometimes. And this is because everybody has their head in their phone all the time. But this doesn't mean you're unable to connect. It just means you've got to think outside the box a bit. And that's okay. That's cool. You can go ahead and join the Better Together group. That will definitely connect you with some other people. And when you join the coaching program, it's a place for growing and learning, and a way in which to connect with people who understand exactly what you're going through as well, because you learn to grow together. So you really want to get social and utilize social media to its fullest capacity. You know, you're here now probably because of a post you saw on social media. So let me know in the chat box how you came to be here today. And I'm sure I'm getting all sorts of different responses. Facebook is probably my main social media platform. Some LinkedIn's through here. A couple of Instagrams. I need to up my game on Instagram, but I actually did yeah, exactly. So Facebook, the main ones are Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. And if you're a very, very visual person as well, it depends on, your business and what you like doing. There's Pinterest, there's blogging, and social media is still connecting, which is great news. Of course it's great news, and as I've said, you want to get this bit right because it affects all areas of your life. And as you grow, you'll want to grow with people. And if you're not confident enough yet to go into a social setting in person, well, guess what? You can practice online first. And I promise you, there are groups out there for everyone. So I had a conversation about this with somebody very recently. And if you like knitting and watching The Sopranos, I guarantee there is a group out there for that. There's all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff on the internet for whatever niche of interest you have. There will be something out there for you. And that's where you'll find people who have similar interests and where you can step outside of your comfort zone in a safe way. And when you do enroll into the Confidence Collective coaching program, you'll instantly enter a group of like-minded people with whom you'll connect. So in the meantime, go and have a look on Facebook and those groups out there, connect with people. And, I know you like people watching, like I like people watching, everyone likes people watching, right? So just start by commenting on other people's stuff and adding some value. Tell them they like what you like, what they've done. Obviously, of course, if you do like what they've done, don't tell lies. It's easier to keep track of the truth. And just, start to get comfortable with that sort of thing. And if it's not something you've done before, why would you be confident in doing it? You wouldn't. So it's just about practice, taking those small steps. And when you're comfortable, then you can do the post yourself. And you will be surprised at the response you get because people are much nicer than we give them credit for. Absolutely much nicer than we do give them credit for. So remember, we are just getting started with this. So stay with me, and I do have something truly special for you. And now you've learned about connecting with yourself and starting to connect with others, you want to think about the way in which you communicate with those people. And this is absolutely imperative to you in your life, because how you talk to yourself says a lot about you and your mindset. And this is so important and to get right. And from today, because if you get this wrong, it really can be hard to rectify. It's not impossible, but it's difficult. And this is because of first impressions. And it takes 7 seconds to make a first impression, and you can't make that first impression twice, right? So you've got to nail this one. Now, don't worry, we do all mess up and mix our words up sometimes. You've probably noticed I've done that a few times myself on this webinar, and that's okay. I'm a human being. You can't be perfect because perfection doesn't exist. It's just something that's in our minds. And people are much more forgiving and nicer than we give them credit for, as I said earlier. But in order to communicate effectively with others, you first need to look at how you talk to yourself. So how do you talk to yourself? Do you listen to that negative self-talk? Do you question yourself? Or do you find yourself second-guessing yourself and not taking action? Or if that sounds like you, do pop a Y in the chat box. And I want you to know that that's okay, because like I've said, you are a human being, and you've already taken action by being here tonight, which is a huge step. So well done for being here. But I really want you to think about how you're talking to yourself, because this directly links back to step 1, connect. And it's when you're doing something new, do you tell yourself you can't do it, that you're not enough? Do you tell yourself you don't deserve it, like I did back in 2010 when I didn't go traveling because my friends backed out? And do you talk yourself out of situations? You tell yourself you're not good enough. Well, it's time to shift that and change that and tell yourself that you can. Like, I want you to say this out loud right now. I can. You know, you already know that you can because you've invested in yourself by being here tonight. And if you find yourself saying I can't, you need to banish that from your vocabulary, like, immediately, because you can have control over your life. And as we said earlier, this is your fast track to immediate control. And the language that you use, it says so much about you in your life. And if you're being negative, how can you possibly lead a positive life? It's impossible. It's a bit like if you're thinking about something you want to buy and you think, I can't afford that. Well, then your brain, it shuts down and you're like, nope. But if you switch up that language and you say, okay, well, how can I afford that? Then you open up your brain and you open up your mind to new possibilities, and your brain starts firing new synapses, and, you know, you start thinking, well, actually, yeah, how can I? And you start thinking outside the box, outside that box we were talking about earlier. So instead of saying, I can't, try instead, I can. Will you do that? I will. I want you to say out loud with me, I will. Will you do what it takes to make your life what you know you deserve it to be? So maybe you want to lose some weight. And you say, oh, well, I'll try to eat healthier. I'll try to go to the gym. I'll try to exercise more. Well, did you know that by saying I'll try, you immediately set yourself up for failure? That's because you've put yourself in the mindset of trying, not doing. So instead of trying, do. It's like if you can find the time to watch Netflix, then you can find the time to watch your life and improve your life. Like, you've already invested your time tonight. So I know you've got the right mindset, and you have that I can attitude, and you have that I will attitude, and you have that right mindset. So what have you been holding back on? Where are you currently stuck, feeling like you can't move forwards? A bit like I was back in 2016 when I had those 3 jobs, not seeing a way out. And it's not overthinking it and knowing that you will get out of that and that you are capable. So rather than saying I might or I could, how about saying I am, I can, I will, I am? Write this down on a post-it note and stick it on your mirror that you look at every morning. That will make such a difference. When you're starting to see these positive words and using this positive language, it will make such a difference to your day and to your life. And the compound effect, it does start to kick in. It sounds really easy, really simple, and it sounds a bit, I don't know, out there, but it works. It's such a powerful message to say, I am confident. I am enough. I can do this. I will achieve what I want to in life. And it's these kind of positive affirmations that will have you believing, they will have you believing in yourself, because now you're starting to trust in yourself, and you do trust yourself. So I hope you can see how the language that you use impacts your life. And pop a Y in the chat box if this is making sense. And thank you, yes. And not just to yourself, but with others as well. You know, if you tell someone you're going to do something, you know, stand by your word and do it. You know, you made the commitment to come on this webinar tonight. You've come along and you said, I can, I will attend this webinar. I am attending this webinar. And you stood by your word and you're here. And, you know, choose to be that positive person. You know, use that positive language and say this with me. Like, I want to use a little exercise about using positive language. So I'm going to say a sentence. I'd like you to repeat it back. And I'm going to start with, I am exceptionally well. I am exceptionally well. So the next time somebody asks you how you are, you know, like all the time, oh, how are you? And you're like, oh, I'm not bad, or I'm fine. What impression does that give? And what mindset does that put you in? If you tell someone you're fantastic, if you tell someone you're exceptional, if you tell someone you're great, your body language should instantly just go up a notch as well. And your brain will go, yes, I am. So next time somebody asks you how you're feeling, give that a go. I am exceptionally well. I want you to say, I am confident. I am confident. I will listen to the end of this webinar. I will listen to the end of this webinar. So say with me, I am a confident person. I am a confident person. So remember that mirror I said you needed at the beginning. Now, I want you to get that out, or if you don't have a mirror nearby, get your phone out on selfie mode. And I want you to look at yourself and truly connect, like look yourself in the eye and use this positive language to embed it into your brain. It might feel a little bit weird at first, but trust me, it works. I do this on a daily basis, and it does work. It does start to shift your mindset. So get that mirror out, and we're going to do the same couple of sentences again. I am exceptionally well. I am exceptionally well. I am confident. I am confident. I will listen to the end of this webinar. I will listen to the end of this webinar. I can achieve anything I set my mind to. I can achieve anything I set my mind to. I am a confident person. I am a confident person. So tell me in the chat box, how are you feeling? I bet you're feeling much more confident now, aren't you? Good. Felt a little bit weird, but you're feeling much more confident. Good. Good. And this is something we do cover in much more depth on the Confidence Collective coaching program. And there are a ton of tactics that go behind this strategy. Would you agree it's important to understand that strategy before you delve into the tactics? Pop a one in the chat box if you do agree with that. Good. So let's have a look at introductions and the best way to do this. So have you heard of the elevator pitch? Pop a one in the chat box if you have. There is something that's been said about if you were stuck in a lift with Alan Sugar for 60 seconds, like what would you say? And it's about knowing who you are, what you do, what you stand for, and also giving something that might be a little bit outside of the box. I always talk about outside of the box. So for me, my name is Natalie Bailey. I'm the co-founder of Bailey Enterprises Property, which I co-founded with my wonderful mum, Paula Bailey. I'm also a confidence coach. I founded Gold Star Life back in 2014, and I help people to become the best version of themselves. I live in Mallorca. I travel back to the UK. I'm an absolute gym nut, and I do strange and crazy things like Tough Mudders and Spartan races. I love Vegas. I love shoes, but I also really like walking barefoot on the beach. Okay, maybe that was less than 60 seconds. But in that, there are some things that you can pick up on later on. So it's about when you're meeting people and asking other people questions and remembering stuff about them as well. So when you're meeting people and you want to use your body language right, and you want to make sure you're making eye contact with people. So you've made that introduction, you've shaken their hands, and you've had a good, strong, firm handshake, but then you want to look someone in the eye. Now, looking people in the eye, it says a lot about yourself. It says that you're confident. It says that you've got confidence in them and that you know who you are. Have you ever been around people that can't quite keep eye contact with you and they look a bit shifty for it, well, you don't want to be that shifty person, do you? You want to learn to keep that eye contact with people. And this really is such a big thing. Now, you don't want to like be staring people out, of course. You know, you don't want to make people feel uncomfortable, but you do want to get comfortable with looking people in the eye, and having the ability to do that will make you stand out as a confident person as well. So I'd like you to get that mirror back out, for your phone on selfie mode, whatever works for you. And I want you to look yourself in the eye, and I'm going to count to 7. I bet you never thought you'd need a mirror in an online training, did you? Well, first time for everything. Like we know, I am outside the box thinking. Non-conventional. So get that mirror out. Let's look into that. Brilliant. Look into that mirror. I'm going to count to 7. So don't break eye contact with yourself. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So how do you feel like looking into your own eyes? Was it awkward? How did it feel? Did you manage to keep eye contact? And this again, it goes back to connecting with yourself. It always goes back. The 3 steps, they all connect. And that's why step 1 is connect, because it all connects. And when you look people in the eye, it's a connection to their soul as well. So let people in. You know, don't, like I'm saying, don't stare at people, but, you know, gauge when to look away. But use this 7-second trick to practice with yourself, practice with other people. Maybe ask them first. If you live in London and get on the tube, you might not want to stare someone out. But it's a really good tool to have in your arsenal, is having the ability to look people in the eye. As I was saying, it says that you're confident. It says that you trust in yourself, and it will make you feel better, and it will make you stand out, and you won't be that weird shifty person that, you know, that I know that you're not. So now you know how to introduce yourself, you know how to look people in the eye, you're connecting with yourself, you're connecting with other people, and you're looking people in the eye. I didn't move my slide on quick enough there. And now we're going to talk about the power pose. You're probably thinking, what the bloody hell is this, Natalie? What on earth are you going on about? I'm not Superman. I'm not Wonder Woman. Well, why not? Remember earlier on, I was telling you that I became my own superhero. I might not be Superman or Wonder Woman, but I'm Natalie. Just as you are you. But the power pose is something that you can adopt in any situation, at any time, that will give you an instant lift and an instant boost of confidence. So I've got a task for you. Again, like I said earlier, this is an interactive session. And so if you're able to, I'd like you to stand up. Thank you. And look at the ground. Just hunch your shoulders over. You know, cross your arms. So how's this making you feel? Like, I bet you're not feeling too confident. You know, you're all kind of scrunched over, you're not, you know, looking down, arms crossed over the body. You're not feeling confident in that pose, right? So now I want you to stand tall. Pull your shoulders back, pull your sternum up just a bit. Put that head up, look right in front of you, and put a smile on your face as well. That chest out, stomach in. How are you feeling now? Much more confident, right? Keep that smile on your face. When you smile, it tells the brain that you're happy. And when you're happier, you're generally much more confident. So how are you feeling? Keep that smile on your face. Keep your shoulders back. Try to feel powerless. Try to feel unconfident. Try to feel insignificant. You can't, can you? No, you can't. Exactly. this is your power pose. So whenever you feel unconfident or like you're not going to be able to achieve something, adopt this pose and be that confident person that's inside you and say yes. Say I can, I will, I am. And then actually do it. Actually take action with this stuff. And take it out into the big wide world. And the big wide world now is social media. Like all of this stuff you can practice online before you do take it out into the big wide world. And social media can be an absolute minefield. And it can make you feel absolutely crazy because there are so many platforms. You're thinking, I don't know how to use social media to connect with people. You might be thinking, why do I need social media? You might be thinking, it's just a place where people talk about going to the shop to get some milk, or they just go on there to complain or to share cat memes. Okay, maybe sometimes they're funny. But if you are wanting to grow your personal brand, if you're wanting to grow your business, if you're wanting to become more confident, which I know you are, and if you're wanting to connect with other people, social media is the way forward because it's made the world a smaller place. Now, the thing I advocate the most with using the internet and social media is, yes, it does make the world a smaller place, but it does also drive people apart. So when you're comfortable talking to people and connecting with people online, you still have to take that offline as well. Like, how, Natalie, how do I do this? Okay. Just like anything can be learned. Forever students, right? So the first thing you want to do is have all of your profiles set up. The main ones, as we said about earlier, are Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. I've got to say I'm a bit crap on Twitter. But a lot of, there are lots and lots of users on Twitter. So find one, we'll talk about this in a minute, but find the one that works for you, focus on that, and then you can replicate on others. But have all the profiles set up so that you're there and you're present. And that's when you want to then get great at one and replicate upon others. So I would say for me, my biggest platform is Facebook, and I'm now growing my Instagram and LinkedIn as well as YouTube. And as I was saying with the Twitter, I'm getting a bit better with it. But it's about focusing on one, learning what works for you on there, and finding your communities and your people, and then being able to replicate that. So start, if you're not feeling that confident to begin with, you can start by commenting on other people's posts. You don't have to go straight in and do Facebook lives and videos and, rah, rah, rah. You can simply start simply and, find those groups we were talking about earlier. Go and comment on other people's stuff. Get to know people in that way. Start connecting, and then you can start to post your own stuff. And there are many different ways in which to do that. And as we were saying earlier as well, look for the groups in your niche. So if you're in business, if you're a property person, you'll want to look for good property groups. There are good entrepreneurs groups. And as we said earlier, if you enjoy knitting and watching The Sopranos, I'm pretty sure there will be a group out there for you. I am actually going to do a search and find one of those groups. I'm going to post it in my Better Together group when I find it, because I'm sure there's one out there. And there are lots of different types of copy you can use. Now, I'm talking a lot around social media because it's so important for communication in this day and age, for promoting your business, for promoting yourself, but just for connecting with other people as well. And whether you use it for business or personal or not, there are different ways in which you can connect with people. So Some people like watching videos, some people like reading stories, some people like images, and it's just about using different stuff to connect with different people. So I know for me, video works the best because people do enjoy watching videos. It seems to be the most favored thing at the moment. Like for example, Facebook really favors Facebook Lives, and what's good about those for you is that it notifies all of your friends and followers when you go live, so they're more likely to come on. But it's also good to have other tools in your arsenal as well. So like this long copy, you can use an image that grabs people's attention and then tell a story. So obviously you start at the beginning and end at the end. You can also use short copy, the short to sharper, maybe even half the length of this one. And the use of the little emojis, that often piques people's interest as well. People like images, they like to look at stuff. And I think this is why videos become so popular, because of the pictures, the moving image. You can also use infographics. Don't wish it was easier, be better. I created this, I put this on Instagram. You can use Canva, you can use WordSwag for this, and just share, those good motivational quotes. People love those too. Video, I do a weekly top tips of the week. If you are not currently watching these, of course I'm going to recommend that you do, and share your top tips as well. What's gone on in your week. Every Sunday evening around 7 p.m. for me, it's the 3 top tips of the week, and people then share theirs as well. And then you just want to start posting. Once you've started to build up the rapport with people, you're commenting on the other people's stuff, you're communicating with them, and then you want to get posting. And that's when we move on to courage. Being brave, giving yourself that permission to be happy, getting outside your comfort zone, because that's where the magic happens. And, this is something that can be learned. I've jumped out of 2 planes now. And this photo's quite clearly in Dubai over the Palm. And I also did one in Las Vegas this year. And it was a serious act of courage. I had all of that negative talk we've previously discussed, but, I did it. Absolutely loved it. And I've now decided I'm going to get my skydiving license so I can jump myself, because it's just an absolutely phenomenal feeling. It is. I can't put into words. I really can't. However, there is a saying, don't jump without a parachute. Now, optimal anxiety is where you will see change, and optimal anxiety is what is outside of your comfort zone. But you need to know what is in your comfort zone in order to step outside of it. And if you don't make the changes, you won't become that confident person that I know you want to become. Because when you do become that confident person and be the best version of you, your life will become so much better. You'll have that control, that power, and that freedom that we've been talking about. So think about now, what makes you comfortable? What is it you are comfortable with doing? So make a list right now of 5 things that you can easily do. That could be driving. Maybe it is doing a Facebook Live. Maybe it is doing a skydive. Maybe you've already got your license and I'm chasing you on that. And then think about what makes you uncomfortable. Is it public speaking? Maybe those Facebook Lives you spoke about. Smiling at a stranger. It could be the little things like taking a different route home or to the supermarket. And the reason that these things are uncomfortable is because it's new and it's not a part of your routine. It's not a part of your habit. We've become comfortable with habits, and that's why you need to push yourself daily. You do need some habits and some good routine, and it's important to have routine in order to be productive, as we spoke about at the very beginning of this webinar. in order to be productive, to manage your time effectively, you need to get those good habits into your body. But you also want to step into optimal anxiety outside of your comfort zone, where you really can start to achieve more in life. And like I did in May, I did one thing every day of the month that scared me, and I had learned so much about myself. You know, it's about putting those fears into context and contextualizing them. Is it a real valid fear? When you put this stuff into perspective, like, you bring a whole new meaning to life, and you start to live differently, and you see differently, like, you think differently, and you will be a whole new, better version of you. You're not going to get burnt at the stake for having opinions anymore, or for having superpowers. You're not going to be hanged for having an opinion that's different to, like, the norm. It's just about getting outside your comfort zone and realizing that it's okay to be you, and doing things that you wouldn't ordinarily do, and actually making sure that you're executing on that. You've got something in you that needs letting out. I know that you've got an inner confidence that wants to see the world, and I know that because you wouldn't be on this webinar if you didn't have that inside you. You wouldn't have those thoughts that in your head if you weren't capable of doing this stuff. So, you don't need to conform with society in order to achieve what you want in life. All you need to do is be you and be a more amplified version of you. And that's why this step is so important, getting outside of your comfort zone and knowing that people are going to judge, but knowing that it's not about them, it's about you. So what's important to you? So remember that list I was saying about earlier, and the things that make you uncomfortable? Well, why not pick one of those things to execute on this week, and look at those things, and what can you do every day to make a slight improvement upon every day? Because daily consistent action really is where the magic happens. Like, I love squats and deadlifts, and I really enjoy heavy weights, and you can't just go into a gym and squat 120 kilos. You have to build up to it. I hit 110 a little while ago, and I'm now going for 120. And that's why I said 120. Just so you know. But you can't just go and do it first thing. You just have to build up to it. It's the compound effect. It's the ripple effect. It's just the little things every day that you can improve upon, so that you really can be your own superhero. Like, trust me with this. Like, progress and results, they come over time. And how great are you going to feel when being confident is a habit? Just in the same way that getting up out of bed is a habit. You've taken that first step into becoming your own superhero by joining this webinar tonight. You know the importance of saying yes. You know the importance of connecting with yourself and with communicating effectively. And now it's really time to take control by being able to say yes, and really letting yourself believe and know, and using that positive language so that you know that you are capable of being your own superhero. You need to hold yourself responsible and have your hand held when you need it, and get a mentor when you need a mentor. But you also need to believe in yourself and know that you're doing it for the right reasons. And these tools that you've learned tonight, they're just the beginning, which is the exact strategy that you need and can implement immediately. And you've already said that this is the strategy, and that you need to delve deeper into the tactics to fully implement the Confidence Collective blueprint. And we do have limited time this evening, but I do know that you can put these tools, that you can pull these tools out of your bag anytime to step into your confidence. You know, you need to connect with yourself and then with others. That first step, that movement, that exercise, so you're connecting with yourself and your brain, so you learn how to be in control, and knowing what works for you. And this helps your brain and your body function effectively as well, so that you can then connect with others. Learning to communicate positively that I can, I will, I am. Using that body language and that power pose, and fully utilizing social media as well to get your message out to the world. I know you've got a message in you to share. And then executing upon your courage, getting outside of your comfort zone and understanding your own power. You know, you are now ready to unleash your inner confidence. And, you know, I've spoken on stage about this internationally now, and it is just phenomenal, the response that you get, that I've had from people, and helping people to think in a way that they wouldn't necessarily have thought of before. And that's because, why would you know something you don't know? And I think that's such an important thing to remember. You don't know what you don't know. Just as you can't be confident at something you've never done before. So when I very first stepped onto a stage, I wasn't confident. But with practice and with time, I've become confident with it, because I know the power in what I'm saying and in what I'm teaching, and the fact that it works. And it means so lot. Like, it means a lot. And as if you remember, I was saying earlier, I've had adversity, as well as going through, well, quite a lot. My story gets pretty deep at some points, and you know, everyone's got a story. And I've had haters from putting myself out there, and I've had online trolls. I wish I was making that up, but I'm not. If you remember earlier, I said if I had time to share this with you, I would, and I think we've just about got enough time. And so if it's okay with you, I'd like to share something that did happen fairly recently, and how I've managed to overcome it. And I had a troll. They made a fake profile, completely fake profile, and just hounded me with hate messages and questioning what I was doing, what my company was doing, who I am, why I thought I was okay saying what I was saying. And like, it was horrible. It was like defamation of character, vile, personal. And I just thought, in the end, I thought, this person, like, whoa, how can I help them? Why are they lashing out at me in this way? But that wasn't about me, that was about them. And if I took that to heart, that would have stopped me from continuing to do the good work that I am doing. And it would have stopped me putting this webinar on. It would have stopped me running the programs that I run. It would have stopped me working with the people I'm working with. And it would have taken me back and made me regress. And they're not right. Their judgment of me, I can't let them shape me. Just like, if this ever happens to you, you can't let that shape you, because it's about them. And if I let that person stop me, I'd be doing you a disservice. And your success is my success. And I genuinely believe that people are better together. That is the message that runs through both the Gold Star brand and my property company with my mum, Bailey Enterprises, is better together. We are better together. So to let someone who wants to hide behind a fake profile and judge, like, just let them, you know. Do not let something like that, like, if I let that stop me, or I don't even know, you know. I am confident in what I deliver because it's proven, and I'm sharing what I'm sharing because I feel it's my imperative to do so. You know, I genuinely love helping other people, and I wouldn't be leading by example if I let that person stop me. and I wouldn't be showing you what's possible. And, you know, when you fully understand this, which you will when you do join the coaching program, you will have the ability to take yourself to be the very best version of yourself. You know, you'll have that control, the power and the freedom. And just like I've invested in myself, I went to Dubai on a huge mastermind. Gerald Bratner was there, and learned so much. Like, what a man. Whatever people think about what happened, like, what a man. And the things you learn from people that have lost everything and come back from it are just second to none. And it's just phenomenal, like the way in which you can learn from other people and from a collective. And I've since Dubai have constant catch-ups with people. I'm currently going through the process of a property deal with some people from Dubai, not from Dubai, but from the mastermind in Dubai. I'm now very good friends with a couple of people from there. And it's all about the network and building those relationships and being able to effectively communicate and build upon those relationships that make such a difference in life. And this is another photo of speaking on stage about confidence, and this is actually confidence in property. You'll see if you look at the screen and the picture of about the eye contact and how important that is. I'm constantly investing in myself, and this is my mentor Rob Moore. And if you know him, he co-founded Progressive Property with Mark Homer, and they've been in business for 12 years. And being able to learn from people that have been there and done it, it makes such a difference. Like, I wouldn't be where I am today without investing my time and my money with these people and constant self-development and constant personal development, because that is where you improve, and that is what makes me a better person. And then I'm then able to take that knowledge and pass that on. And that is the beauty of it for me. Like, and this photo again in the corner is another from the 6-month catch up from the mastermind. And we again will catch up and do a whole new mastermind with a new 12-month business plan going forwards next April. And it's just knowing that you can do more. And like, I used to be where you are, thinking there's no way out. I can't go and build a business or talk to strangers. I can't be making new friends or new connections. And I never thought that I would be delivering this content to you tonight. You know, 7 years ago, I went off and partied in Magaluf. And that has given me so much life experience and learning how to connect with people, and so much that I've been able to bring to the table. And I'm now able to be me and confidently me in any situation and speak up and stand up for who I am, and just in the same way that you can. And I hope that you can relate to this on some level and see the journey and the progression. So don't just take my word for it. Sean is an amazing, amazing web designer, and I've been working with her for a while, and she says, Natalie's brilliant. She's helped my confidence so much. I've managed to do and enjoy the one thing I was scared of, Facebook Lives. I now find myself looking for more things to talk about so I can do more, and I never thought I'd think that. You can't help but be inspired by Natalie, and I thoroughly recommend her if you are lacking in confidence or just wanting to push yourself out of your comfort zone. It's so worth it. That was so amazing to receive from her. She does incredible things in the online world and truly coming out of her comfort zone, doing Facebook Lives. Danny says, Natalie's helped me when I was unhappy during a full-time office job. I felt stuck and wasn't going forwards. I was doing my PT training business part-time, sessions pre and post my office job. My office job had a negative impact on my PT business as I felt tired after work. Natalie's told me I'd have to leave my comfort zone, and get used to the change of my daily routine. Natalie has definitely led by example as she left her comfort zone to live in Spain and start her own business. I definitely see her as a person to take note of if anyone wishes to start up their own business. After many attempts trying to go full-time, I felt chatting more to Natalie helped increase my confidence and didn't think of the negatives, but the positives going forward, just as we spoke about at the beginning of this webinar. And Stephen is currently on the 8-week program, and this message is from week 6. And he says, overall, he had a good week, despite some hiccups, but he did have some extra time with his family. But he also says, so far, the program has exceeded my expectations. I've got more energy now than when I started, as well as a more positive outlook, and I've learned new things. I've still got a way to go, so I'd give myself a 5.5 out of 10 for confidence. I think I gave myself a 2 at the start, so that's almost a 3 times improvement. And that was the day before our sick call, so that was in just 6 weeks. That, for me, is absolutely incredible. And obviously he says thanks for everyone else in the group for the support as well. And that's so important, as I was saying, about the importance of a community as well. So as I said at the beginning, I do have something special for you, and that is, as I've said, and as you'll know from Stephen's message, the Confidence Collective coaching program, which will help you unleash your inner confidence in just 8 weeks. Look at what Stephen's done in just 6 weeks. So imagine when he finishes in a couple of weeks where he'll be. And the Confidence Collective is 8 modules. We start at week 1, that's strategy, planning and goal setting, which is really important, because we'll look back at this week on week 8 to see how much you've achieved. You know, you cannot master what you don't measure. And this is so important, and getting your diary right as well. Week 2, we look at connecting with yourself, because if you're disconnected with yourself, you cannot effectively connect with others. And this is your first step to ultimate freedom and confidence in yourself. Module 3, we look at connecting with others, which is where you really start to look at your relationships and how to effectively build relationships with others and follow up with people and be confident in any situation. Module 4 is communication and that power of positive language. And how you talk to yourself is so important. Like, you know, we covered this so much tonight. And are you using the right language? And this week, you'll learn how to talk yourself up and to be confident when speaking with anybody. Week 5, we cover more about communication and the body language, but also using those skills online. This is a deep dive into social media and how it can impact your connection with people and help move your business forward as well. Then we've got module 6, that courage, comfort zone smashing. And as you already know, outside the comfort zone is where the magic happens. And this is where you'll learn new skills. You will step outside of your comfort zone. And this is a surefire way to become more confident. Hold on. And then week 7, we've got courage, that execution of that. And, you know, you have to not only listen and learn, but you have to implement too. You know, there's no point listening if you're not going to take action. You've already taken action by being here tonight, and you will know the power of taking action. And this is where you really start to make changes in life. Module 8, that execution, again, that evaluation and further goals going forward. So at the end of the 8 weeks, you are not just left alone. And this is absolutely everything that you need to change your life over just 8 weeks. And you can enroll today for just $1,997. However, that isn't everything. I did promise you at the beginning of this webinar that I had something special for you for staying with me to the end. So do stay on. Not only do you get the 8-week life-changing coaching program, You also get the goal setting master plan. If you remember at the beginning, we saw the goal setting master plan, that productivity cheat sheet, and the time management master plan as well. These truly will help to change your life. What is life without a plan? Like these master plans, I've spent a long time honing these, and without a goal and more effective use of time, you will not use your time effectively. And you know, these will help to make sure there are enough hours in the day, and you will be winging your way to more confident you in no time. And these are valued at 147 each, and that's a total value of 441. But you also get an audio program on self-worth, which will rewire your brain to know your true worth, your true value. It will get your mind into the right zone immediately, and there will be it will be there for you to listen to at any point whenever you need a pick-me-up. And this is 247 bought separately as well. But not only that, at the beginning we spoke about connecting with yourself, so you also get this 8-week fitness and diet plan, which is designed to go in line with the 8-week coaching program. And health and fitness is key for a better life. It's so many benefits. You'll have more energy, you'll sleep better, you'll look better, you'll feel better. Overall, you will have more confidence as you truly connect with yourself and your body. And this plan can be adapted for advanced, intermediate, and beginners. There's an option for every level so that you can fit it into your day, fit it into your diary, and it's specifically designed to run hand in hand with the coaching program as well. And that is 997 bought separately as well. But not just that, you also will get an extra weekly live Q&A in addition to the coaching calls. Any questions you have throughout the program will of course be answered, but these live sessions, which as I say are extra to the content sessions, they will give you the chance to have your questions answered in real time, live in the community, that where we really explore what you need solving. And these bought separately are 297 each, so you'll have 8 of those, which is a total value of 2376. You also have the online community with 24-hour access, so any help you need will be answered whenever you need it, and that really is just priceless. You cannot put a price on community or 24-hour access. Now, for the first 10 people, there are also 2 one-to-one calls, and these will really, really help propel your results. And with the one-to-one session, we really dig deeper into what's holding you back, work on a fix for those obstacles, and this is really, really not to be missed. And those are valued at 297 each as well, so that's a total value of 594. So just to recap what you get when you enroll tonight, that is the 8-week coaching program at 1997, the goal setting master plan at 147, the productivity cheat sheet also 147, that time management master plan at 147, the audio program on self-worth 247. You also get the 8-week fitness and diet plan, which is 997 bought separately. You also get the 8 weekly live Q&As, total value there of 2376. That online community with 24-hour access, which is utterly priceless. And for the first 10 people, those one-to-one calls, which are valued at 594. If you were to buy those separately, that would be £594. So that's a total value of £6,652. But you don't have to pay that today. Because I value you so much for spending the time with me this evening, and this genuinely is a webinar only offer. And this is the second version of this program. And the people that came on the first program, they did pay less than this, and I said it would be going up the next time, and the price has gone up. And next time I offer this program out, the price will be going up again. But if when you enroll today, you can enroll for just $997. I cannot say fairer than that at all. You get a total value of over £6,000, £6,500 for just $997. So I'm going to pop the link to join in the chat box just now. If you've got any questions, I'm here for you until you don't need me. And also, when you enroll over the next 48 hours, I will give you a personal call just to make sure that this is a fit for you. And if we don't feel it's right, you will get a refund of your money absolutely immediately. And this is excuse my language, an absolutely phenomenal offer of value for just $997. Just seeing some questions coming through. There is a payment plan. If you need a payment plan, pop your email into the chat box and I can contact you directly about that. Great question, Emma. We are starting in January for this one, on the 7th of January. What better time of the year is there than to start on your new version of you than the beginning of the year? January is always the best time for everything. Absolutely right. And just having a look here for some other questions coming through. Thank you very much for being with me tonight. I really do appreciate your time, and time is precious. I value your support, and thank you so much for being here. Do not miss out on those one-to-one calls. They are probably, well, they're not the most important things, but they will make a huge difference to yourself, to the program, and to making sure that you really do get the best results. Because on a one-to-one basis, that's when things really do start to change. And then you've got the community as well, who will help to lift and support you. That community, just so you know, yeah, great question. Thank you. When does that open? You will get your bonuses immediately. So you'll have full access to the bonuses. You can book your first call whenever you like. And then you will also have, the community will be open straight away. So you'll be able to start to get to know each other on the program and really start to connect with other people and really get to know what's going on. I can't say fairer than that. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Don't miss out on those one-to-one calls. Are going pretty quickly, so don't miss out on those. And even if you aren't, or you're not able to enroll just right now, head over to Facebook and check out the Better Together for a Gold Star Life group. And that's a great community of flourishing people, really getting out of their comfort zone. And I think you're going to absolutely love it over there. It's not just about, coming on the program. Obviously, you will get the best results on the program starting in January. Absolutely phenomenal results from the people who are already there. I can see the one-to-one calls are already going. Those emails are coming through. And I don't want you to miss out on those. But don't miss out on those one-to-one calls. But do head on over to the Better Together group. Anyway, it's Better Together for Gold Star Life. I just want to thank you again so much for being here tonight, spending your time with me, investing in yourself and learning. It's been an absolute pleasure from me. And thank you so much. I really look forward to seeing you on the program. I really look forward to seeing you in the Better Together group. And I really look forward to meeting the best version of you as well. So thank you very, very much for being here tonight. If you've got any questions, you've got me on social media. You can contact me after this webinar ends. Absolutely not a problem. Send me a message. It's, as you know, Natalie Arabella Bailey on Facebook, or it's info@goldstar.life. But otherwise, I will see you on the program, or I'll see you in the Better Together for Gold Star Life group. And I really, really look forward to sharing this journey with you and seeing the best version of you. So again, thank you very much for being here tonight, and I can't wait to see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye.